The miracle at El-Alamein, Egypt, and how Saint Minas, 304 AD, is when his Dormition took place, chased away the German forces under General Rommel. I was looking for a saint of the month of May of the Christian Orthodox Synaxary, the calendar of the saints, and I came across this, and we see that his feast day is November 11. We celebrate Holy Martyr Minas every November 11, and his Dormition was 304 AD. And I didn't know that El-Alamein was named after him, Saint Minas, Menas. This holy martyr was an Egyptian, and he was a soldier during the Roman Empire under the reigns of Diocletian and Maximian. Remember, Diocletian was had a huge persecution against the Christians. Now, though Minas was known for his valor in combat, and we see him, he's basically mature, he's got white hair, and he rides a white horse. He was, of course, as we said, in the Roman Empire, a member of the military. Though he was known for his valor in combat, he renounced his soldier's rank when his legion was ordered to seize Christians in North Africa. Fleeing to the mountains, he dwelt there for some time in silence and solitude. He devoted his days to prayer. In time, he presented himself at a pagan festival, denounced the idols, and declared himself a Christian. For this, he was handed over to the governor of the city, who subjected him to horrible tortures and finally had him beheaded. Some faithful retrieved parts of his relics and gave them honorable burial near Lake Mareotis, about 30 miles from Alexandria, Egypt. The church built over his tomb became a place of pilgrimage, not only for countless Egyptians, but for Christians all over the world. Evidence has been found of journeys to his shrine from as far away as Ireland. The calendar of saints in Axarian gives an account of a miracle that happened when the saint intervened in the Second World War. The account of the saint's intervention in the Second World War. In June of 1942, during the North Africa campaign that was decisive for the outcome of the Second World War, the German forces under commander of General Rommel were on their way to Alexandria, Egypt, and happened to make a halt near a place where the Arabs call El-Alamein after it was named after Saint Menas. Alamein, Minas. An ancient ruined church there was dedicated to the saint, Saint Minas, and there some people say he's buried. Here the weaker Allied forces, including some Greeks, confronted the numerically and military superior German army, and the result of the coming battle seemed certain, that the Germans would win. During the first night of engagement, Saint Menas appeared in the midst of the German camp at the head of a caravan of camels. And that's why we have this mural in his church showing what happened during that miracle. He actually appeared with a caravan of camels, chasing them away. Now we know that it's a mystery how this happens, that saints appear to us as flesh and blood in front of us, just like Jesus appeared to his apostles and his disciples, flesh and blood. He says, "Come and touch me and feel me." He even ate with them. He even cooked fish for them. He appeared to them many times. And this is we don't know that, but this is a glorified body. And Jesus said that, let's remember the transfiguration. He appeared to his beloved disciples, Peter, John, and James, at Mount Tabor. He appeared with the prophet Saint Moses and Saint Elijah. And he tells us that the saints are alive. They're not dead. So the saint appeared in this intervention. As a result of the coming battle, it seems certain, but during the first night of engagement, Saint Menas appeared in the midst of the German camp at the head of the caravan of camels, exactly as he was shown on the walls of the ruined church in one of the frescoes depicting his miracles. And this is it. That's a fresco in one of the ruined churches that is, of course, now rebuilt. and that was the miracle that took place in June 1942. This astonishing and terrifying apparition so undermined the German morale that it contributed to the brilliant victory of the Allies. The Church of St. Minas at El-Alamein was restored in thanksgiving, and a small monastery was established there. So I just wanted to show you that now you know why it's called El-Alamein. It's called after St. Minas. And that was the miracle that took place almost, 1,850 years later after his dormition. You can imagine how many miracles before that, how many miracles after that. I remember I had lost something from the church that one of our priests told me to wash. It's that little napkin that we wipe our mouth with after we have Holy Communion, and the priest told me to take it and wash it. And I put 3 or 4 of them in a bag in the back of my car, and the bag disappeared, and I lost it. And I told the priest, I said, I lost the bag with the little napkins from the Holy Communion. It's a very terrible thing, because that has the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ on the little napkins when people wipe their mouths after Holy Communion. And I went to my father confessor and I said, this, what happened? He says, don't worry, it's not that big of a deal, but pray to Saint Menas, this saint that I'm talking about here, and hopefully he'll help you find them. I still have not found them. But okay, at least my father confessor told me not to worry about it too much. I don't know where they went to. But we do have miracles taking place by our saints, personal miracles, and miracles like this one, when many people saw him, flesh and blood, leading a caravan of camels against the Germans. Now, what can camels do against the German tanks? Rommel was very famous for his tank brigade, of course, but they left. Okay? So, So St. Menas appeared in the midst of the German camp at the head of a caravan of camels, exactly as shown in the walls of the ruined church. In one of the frescoes depicting its miracle, this astonishing and terrifying apparition so undermined the German morale that it contributed to the brilliant victory of the Allies. So they knew it was St. Menas. They said, God forbid, a saint is after us. What do we do now? You know, can you imagine? Can you imagine seeing a saint? A lot of these things have happened in the Second World War. In Greece and northern Africa, a lot of miracles happened in the Second World War, turning the Germans away. So this is from Abbess Moses. I'll leave a link underneath for the November calendar of saints. And this has to do with why El-Alamein is called El-Alamein after Saint Menas. Thank you for your support. Please leave your comments. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.